What's going on, everybody? It's Justin and Brandon from In the Zone Stats, In the Zone Gaming, whatever you want to call us. We're going to be recording our third podcast of our In the Zone series. So last time we went over the Boom TV tournament, a couple other 2v2s that went on before that. It's been a little bit since we recorded our last podcast, but today we're going to cover the top players who we are in the Warzone right now. We're going to go over some tier lists that people made, our tier list that we made. We're going to go over our top 10 stats from season one, including KDs, average kills, and total kills. And we're also going to be covering some in-depth stats and gameplay of the Toronto Ultra tournament, and then possibly some upcoming tournaments. We'll see where we get into that. But
Yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do. We missed what we want to do this every week. I think we haven't put one out in almost 3 weeks, probably.
yeah, it's been a little bit.
Kind of use our tier list as a in between, I guess, since we did that last Wednesday.
Yeah.
So what's the first we left off on? You want to discuss Fuzz was? I mean, I don't remember Fuzz was too much at all.
I mean, yeah, the Fuzzwaz tournament was like probably the last. It was the last big 2v2. I would say. So I know Raiden and Aiden won that one. They played Huskers and Z-Laner in the finals. That was a good. I mean, that was a good tournament. That was the first time we've seen Husk and Z in a finals together since they became a duo.
Yeah, it was
So
good to
that was nice.
see some other competition mixed in there because I felt like for a while it was usually just Clutch and Destroy versus Aiden and Rate It.
Yeah. Those guys, like, I think that's what the Warzone scene. If that keeps happening in the Warzone scene, where you see these new up and coming duos like starting to win tournaments or making finals appearance, it always like makes, I think, watching the tournaments more entertaining.
Yeah.
Instead of just, I mean, I love Aiden and Rated, but instead of just having Aiden and Rated win like every single 2v2, I know how much they want to. Like, it would be nice to see some other competition maybe dethrone them.
Yeah, it's always nice to see more teams, and we're starting to see more of the other Warzone streamers kind of jump into these competitions now. I feel like as the prize pool gets bigger, it's not just like I'm not gonna say like there because there's only like a select few who are down to play tournaments. A lot of them are just there for like content reasons to stream.
Yeah.
It's nice to see like a lot more people like actually take it serious. Like it just brings a whole nother variety to it, and also see like Swag and Booyah and them compete more. Like see like Lucky and them; those boys compete. I mean, like Rate It tweet out. I mean, let's face it, when Biffle comes back, our pockets are getting robbed again, which kind of just happened in the Ultra tournament. But
yeah, we get into that. I guess that's actually a good good transitioning point into like talking about top players.
Yeah.
I know everybody was doing their tier lists. I mean, we can go over our tier list. Just kind of, it was pretty fun to do. Like, I'm kind of glad that like Aiden started like a little bit of a trend. I know some people get their feelings hurt when they're not in a certain spot they think, but I think everybody was pretty.
People got their feelings hurt. So Swag, I know Swag posted stuff after they won the Ultra tournament, but Swag was hurt after that. He's like, B tier, what?
Yeah. I think some people were taking it to heart, and then some people take it in maybe a good way. I think it's kind of nice. Maybe like a little bit of a fire under some people. Like, oh, this guy doesn't think I'm that great. Like, he thinks I'm a B tier player. Like, I think I'm much better than that.
I mean, I didn't even really. I'll be real. I didn't even watch it. I mean, I can pull it up here for everyone to see. Let's see. Did you watch it at all or no?
Which one's Aiden's?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I saw a picture of it, but I know he put Swag in B, which that was so funny seeing the like all the memes and stuff after the Toronto Ultra tournament.
Yeah. Let's see. Here, I'll pull it up for everyone. If you guys haven't seen it, if you're on just Spotify or whatever on the video version of our podcast, I'm gonna bring it up right now for everyone to see. But if you look here, I don't know, can you see that, Justin, on the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
So it looks like he had Rate It, Evan, Noobs, Almond, Tommy, Huskers. Obviously, he didn't rate himself. But that's who he had in S tier. Would you disagree with anybody in there, or would you put another person? I would put Biffle in there.
I would put Biffle in S tier.
Juki's too.
And Juki's, yeah. I mean,
that
was what our list was.
Yeah, I know we kind of like last season, like not like the season before season one, Z probably would have been S, but for like
Hmm.
season one, we had him in A.
Yeah, top A player, just
Yeah,
like Destroy.
yeah. So let's see, Destroy Bell. He had Booyah in A. I didn't catch
Hmm.
that. Let's see, B, Colors, Vap, Zamza, Myapo, Frozone, Finessin. Would you put any of these other people? I would probably put FIFA in A.
Yeah, FIFA would go in A. FIFA would go in A. I mean, I had Swag in A. I think Swag's an A player. Like
Uh,
we had him in A in
yeah,
our tier list.
yeah. I don't think. Wars
That's
I
a, I
would have
mean,
left in B because last season one he didn't play that much. He didn't like the
yeah,
DMR meta at all, so he wasn't playing. And
yeah,
then he just kind of came back. And then obviously C is more the content creator people, the Bobby
yeah.
Poff, Merc, Blue,
Hmm.
Iceman, Jared FPS.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see who did not didn't put in Gangstas, no Oakley, no Rest Daddy.
Dude, that was one person we forgot was Oakley
Oakley,
Boy.
yeah, I saw someone
I
in our
was like,
video
oh
comment about
no,
that.
dude. We
I
had
mean,
all the Saucy boys except him.
yeah.
Well, I mean, most of them.
And this was the first person to do the video, right?
Yeah, Aiden was the first one to do it.
Did you see Swag's list at all? I didn't see it. I mean, I
It
saw
was
like a
like
brief picture.
it was kind of a cap. Like,
It was. Let's see.
I mean, it was okay, but like he was straight up honest. Like it was pretty much just his opinion, which I guess it was Aiden's opinion too.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's everyone's opinion at the end of the day.
yeah, he was putting a lot of his like boys like really really high. Like I didn't agree with some of them, but
Trying to see here. Biffle S, Aiden S, Huskers S, Evan S, Booyah S. I mean, if Booyah's S, I might rate it to S. Tommy's S.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. See, that's where like he put rated in A, rated Aiden or rated Juki's and Tommy in A. Like
Hmm.
I don't think rated's. I think rated's probably like the third best player.
I mean, we saw it the second day of the
Yeah,
Ultra tournament. I mean, well, his KD was insane.
yeah.
He was just
He
running.
he's nuts, dude. He's like super consistent. You always know what you're getting from rated like every single tournament.
Yeah. Merc. Put Gangstas in C. Interesting. Like he's probably like at least a B player.
Yeah, for sure. When he plays tournaments, 100%.
Yeah, I'm like now that I'm like looking in the B tier, I'm kind of seeing Cap. Big
Yeah.
Cap. Yeah. Big Cap, bro.
Mucho cat.
Yeah.
Like Clutch Bulk is an A player.
He put Destroy in B too. He put
Yeah,
Almond in B.
like he put Cloaksy and Nick above Destroy and Clutch.
Yeah, he put Noobs in B too.
Yeah, like yeah, I don't know. Almonds in B also. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Was there anyone else who did? I know like Tommy and them did it, but I don't think they posted YouTube videos about it.
I don't think so. I mean, we did one.
That's what I'm about to pull up.
It was
If
probably the
you,
best one.
before I show you, if you have not seen ours, we did our own custom list first of all, because
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that were left out of the tier list. We felt like
yeah.
so.
Plus, we have a good insight because like we watch a lot of like even the small tournaments,
Yeah,
and
I
we
mean
see
we
these
watch
guys
everything.
perform well. Yeah,
Let's see here. For anyone who has not seen the video, if you have not seen the video, make sure you go watch it. Search up In the Zone on YouTube. We got 68 subscribers. Try to get us to 100, please. Please. That's one of our goals right now. But see, so we had a discussion about one of the players in S. I didn't think Evan was S. I
yeah,
thought Evan was top A tier player. I feel like it was an S. So at the very end we kind of had a discussion about that.
yeah. Though, I just think he's S because of how consistent he is.
I can see that. I just felt like last season compared to all the other S players, he wasn't like there. I
Yeah, I
guess
mean,
if I'm saying that though, that means I'd have to drag Juki's down too, because Juki's hated the DMR meta. He was struggling at the beginning very badly.
yeah.
So now that like
And
I take a second glance, I'm like, oh okay,
we were also basing it off like we were mainly basing it off season one, but
yeah,
also like if we're doing that, we can't really put Biffle in S, but like there's always exceptions.
yeah.
There's always exceptions, and
I
like
mean, when the
he is
dude,
the biggest exception.
when the dude's out of school, he's gonna be frying everybody, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean he's in school, he's still frying everyone.
Yeah,
Hasn't played a tournament and all, and then just takes 2 days off school to play in the 100K
When
tournament and wins it
when
again.
when was the last tournament he played? Because he didn't play the. He was
Huskers Hal.
was it what? Yeah, it probably was because I know he was supposed to play the subliners, but he dropped out because of school. He was supposed to play with Evan, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was the last tournament he played. I'm pretty sure was the Huskers Hell.
Damn, that was around the zombie time. That was like October, early November, right?
Mm-hmm. And he won that, and then they won that one too.
Kid's
I think most. I don't know what his like track record is in like tournaments and like his placing and stuff, but it's got to be like really really good.
Oh, I know Raided's I think she's fiance.
Morg, yeah, Morg.
Morg did the
I
placement
know
things.
that would be pretty interesting to pull up. I don't know if that would you'd be able to find that, but like
Yeah, let me see.
because I know how many. Like I'm not sure how many tournaments he's played in, but I know like 3 of them that he's won. So I mean, it's just depending on how many he's played in.
All right, here we are. I pulled it up. Shout out to
There you
Raided's
go.
fiance Morgan for doing this.
Yeah, this is
Um,
really cool to
this
see.
was so this was a top 12 2v2 average placing. He played 5 tournaments. His average placing was a 3.8. So
Okay,
he
there
was
you go.
placed on at least 3. Noobs was 5 tournaments too. He had a 3.6,
Yo,
which is
Eddie,
like
Eddie number one.
I don't get why he wasn't like on some people's S tier list, but yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Let's
I've
check.
only 5 tournaments. Wow.
Well, she said it's kind of hard to like go back and like get full tournament stats and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because I
for
mean, if you
sure.
look down here at like Symphony Huskers, they have 27-30.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden had 30.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. It's just tough. Let's
Man,
do top 12 for kill race average placing. Biffle played 12 tournaments, had average placing of fifth.
fifth.
Yeah. Tied with
That's
Frozone, who
crazy.
had 23. Frozone had 23, and he placed fifth.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Huskers was top.
That's actually crazy. That's a crazy stat.
Mm,
3.64 average placement. So he's placing above fourth in 25 tournaments.
yep.
That's
I mean,
insane.
that's why he's top earner though, at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. Makes sense.
now we'll go over here. Top 12 overall tournament placing. Aiden top, right above Huskers.
Yeah,
Biffles had 17 tournaments and he's in fifth. The
that's crazy.
4.65.
It's funny because when you look at that list, like pretty much we have every single one of those guys except for Symphony, Mutex, and Z-Laner are in our S tier. Just kind of funny. That's kind of fitting.
Yeah, we didn't put Symphony there because Symphony said he stopped playing.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Z and
didn't.
Mutex already didn't play tournaments last season, so that's why we had him
Mm-mm.
in A.
Mm-hmm.
Z, we felt like, I mean, if we're basing overall, those people would have been S.
Yeah. It's hard to have that many S tier players though. Like I think
Yeah.
we already had like we were pushing it, but I feel like those guys were also equally matched.
Yep.
But anyway, I mean that was the tier list. Like there was like a week and a half, 2 weeks of everybody was just doing tier lists and it was like just the thing to do. It was pretty
Oh
funny.
yeah, it was crazy. All
But
right, you want to move
good
over to top 10 stats we did?
yeah, that's like a cool thing we can cover in the for anybody who hasn't seen that, or obviously if you're listening on Spotify or audio from just audio, we'll go over and explain everything to you guys while we're Brandon's showing it on the video.
Yeah.
But
First up, I'm pulling up the top 10 KDs.
it's nice.
All right, so here's our top 10 KDs for season one. We did a minimum of 5 tournaments played. We kind of were like discussing what we should do as our minimum. If it should have been like 10 or 5, we just stuck with 5. So at the number one spot, we had Smitty. I don't know if he's a kind of like a up and comer, so I don't know if a lot of people will know of him, but the kid is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And then FIFA Kill, who we all know. I mean, you call him the bot race king.
Yeah,
Dude just fries out in any like bot race. Then he had Stu, number 3. Number 4, you had Aiden. 5th, we had Booyah. 6th, you had Biffle. 7th was Frozone. 8 was Swag. 9 was Doug. And 10th was TP. It's a
yeah,
pretty
that's like
solid list.
yeah. It's funny seeing like Teep and Doug up there, just because like you don't see them playing like too many tournaments. but they always play pretty consistent and well whenever they play.
Yeah, I mean, but
Just like Swag and Booyah.
that's like the hard thing with these KD those stats too is like when we're only doing like minimum 5 tournaments played, like the less tournaments you play in, the higher your KD has a chance of being.
That's true.
Because like I
Yeah.
mean, we had like I mean, Aiden's like an exception. That dude played in almost 20 tournaments, and this dude had
Hmm.
7.86. Meanwhile, like some of these people barely had 5 tournaments played, and that's why their KDs were so high.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
But that's
mean,
yeah. I mean, it's a pretty fitting list.
yeah, I mean it's yeah. And then what was the next one here? Oops. Next one we had was our top 10 overall total kills. My man Eddie in the number 1 spot,
Eddie.
3,500. Aiden number 2, 31. Rated number 3 and 3,000. I mean, these top 5 right here constantly are playing tournaments. Doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's a bot race, 2v2, whatever. I feel like they're always just trying to play because they know that's where their viewers come into play too. Their viewers come to watch
Hmm.
them play tournaments.
Yeah.
And then you had Juki's, Picnic, Super Evan, Nick Cool, and then Lennon,
I,
another
I
Friar.
feel like this is a good like indicator of how we're saying like some people don't play in a lot of tournaments. You can kind of like differentiate those people
Hmm.
from if you compare the KD to the total kills, you can kind of differentiate those people and see like, oh, well, why didn't those guys get more kills? Well, probably because they only played in like 6 or 7 tournaments.
Yeah.
But these guys are playing in like 20, 30 tournaments every season easily.
Yep. Then our last one here was the average kills, which I feel like is a pretty accurate description of the top players.
Yep.
So number 1, Aiden, and then we had FIFA Kill, who Justin calls the bot race king. Number 2, we got Biffle, 19. 3, you had Stu, Scummin, Huskers at 18. Fourth, we had Frozone, Doug, Evan, and Tommy at 17. And then fifth, you had Radiant Noobs, Almond, Jukies, Destroy, Mutex, Booyah, and then Vap. That's with 16 average kills per tournament.
Yeah,
It's
that's a pretty good indicator of like who are the top, some of the top players
yeah, I
in
mean,
the Warzone scene.
who just fries out like
Hmm.
I mean, if you're averaging 20 kills a game, it explains why you're one of the top players.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. 23 tournaments that Aiden did. He averaged 20 kills over 23 tournaments.
It's insane.
That's nuts. It's like, can't even imagine that.
Yeah,
It's built different.
bro, I struggle to get 10 kills in the game. This man's averaging 20
Yeah,
over
he's just built
23
different.
tournaments. Crazy, but way different.
Yeah.
All right, what do we want to get into next? We want to talk Toronto Ultra.
Yeah, I think that's the bulk of the podcast today is like, dude, that was such a good tournament.
Oh
There's
yeah.
a lot of stuff going on, like a lot of tomfoolery, as I like to say, maybe after the tournament. People accusing
Oh bro,
people of things.
I love the shit talk and just makes everything so much better.
Yeah.
Oh wow, some of these are still off. So what were his top 8 teams? I can't even remember anymore.
Top 8, it was, let's see here.
It was Rated team, Swag, um, Rated
Yeah, so Swag
Tommy's
and then
team.
won.
Yeah,
Swag's team got first, Tommy's team got second, Huskers team got third, and then Rated, Aiden, and Evan got fourth. Those were the top 4. And then from there I'd have to look at it. Those are the ones we posted, so
just
I
is
know you can pull up
absolutely
the YouTube.
insane. Tournament. I mean,
Yeah. I know you
people
can pull up
that
the YouTube video and like go to the scoreboard.
yeah, people were throwing out crazy things because Biffle wasn't streaming yesterday.
Oh, I know. It's
Or
like it's so weird to me like people are gonna say stuff like that because dude, if you watch him stream ever, like he averagely drops like 30, 35 kill games, and when you're watching him play pubs is literally the same thing as a tournament,
yeah,
except maybe you might get stream sniped.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think the delays were like
Benefit.
3-minute delays.
Yeah,
Everyone had to
benefit.
have
He
one.
wasn't streaming, so he couldn't get stream sniped. That's why he dropped 43.
Yeah. Nah, it was
Plus,
44. It was 44.
oh, 44. Yeah. Plus, he's literally probably he might be the best player in the game.
Yeah. I mean,
It's up for
what? I mean,
discussion.
how long has it been since he played with Nick Merckx and Swag in that Toronto Ultra tournament? Has it been a year now?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know when that
No,
was,
it
dude.
hasn't even been a year, has it? Because Warzone just came out in March of last year, wasn't it? Or around that
Yeah.
time. So it
I,
couldn't
I
even
want to
been a
say that
year.
tournament was probably like in the summer, if I
Yeah.
had to take a guess, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure the exact date of that tournament. But that's when he like blew up after
Yeah.
he won that.
All right, we gotta talk about this though. I'm gonna say 8 of them choked.
Oh, dude.
They
Yeah.
choked.
Yeah.
I had them up. Justin had swagging them up. But what was that?
hmm
They were on like what a 70 kill game with like 20 left, and they died fire to those kids because they just kept pushing like one by one by one.
Yeah, I mean, they had like before that, before they even got to 70 kills, when we were watching the game, they had like 50 with like I think they had like 35 people left or something like that, right? And they get the jailbreak. The jailbreak brings back like 30 people and they just start like slaying out. They get like 17 of the next 30 people that die. So they're around like 70 kills. Yeah, and then they run into that team at fire over by hangars, and those guys were just ratted up in there with trophy systems and everything.
Claymores,
And
yeah.
yeah, and they kept individually pushing and it just didn't work out. Like, I mean, we both made the comment, like rated made the comment like we need to just play together, like let's push these guys together. And they just, I don't know what, there was maybe just a miscommunication, or like they were just getting too maybe kill hungry because they knew how big of a game it could have been if they slayed out. But
Yeah.
at that point, I think we were both saying they just needed to stick together. The kills would have came,
I
but they
like
choked at that one hard.
I felt
Yeah.
after they choked that too, you felt like the composure just kind of lost like in the next couple games, and it only got worse.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
even in the last game, they had a chance to win. I think they were
Yep.
still pretty close because I was telling you, I was like, wait, they're on like 50. I think they may have been on almost 60 kills. I can't remember the amount,
Mhm.
but there was like 20 people left in farmland. And I think when I came into the stream a little late, I came right when Aiden got sniped out the window. But I think they're like debating like because of the delays, you didn't know how much the other team was on
Yeah.
technically. So
Mhm.
they're like, wait, do we? They thought they had to slay out the rest of the lobby in order to win, but I don't think they did. So they
Yeah.
tried to push. I think Great is like, no, we don't, no, we don't, no, we don't. But I think like Aiden and Evan may have said yes. I can't remember exactly because I joined late. I just
Yeah.
remember I joined in and Aiden he jumped out the window, got sniped immediately. He didn't have. I
Ugh.
don't think he had self res either. So it was just
Yeah.
him and Rate It because Evan was full dead, and then they
Wow.
just died. But I mean,
That was like,
from
oh
that
no, go ahead, go ahead.
from that fire point on, I kept like tuning in the stream, and you can just see the tiltness and frustration in their voices.
Mhm. Mhm. They had a lot of like good games, but they were getting like third, fourth place,
Yeah, they just had to
fifth
close
place.
out a first place victory because I mean they came over with what their top score was like 115, 125, something like
I
that.
think they had a 125 point game.
And then Swag and them had like a 111 they carried over or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So they came in
Mhm.
with a pretty hefty lead too.
Yeah, that's why everybody was like so sure that they were gonna win. Um, all they needed was like three like 60 kill wins, and they probably would have won.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't secure those last like couple wins. And if they did, that's why like everybody kept saying oh, oh, Biffle's doing this, Biffle's doing that. Like we all know like how good of a player he is. Like if they really were doing some stuff like that to like manipulate lobbies, like they would be dropping like 100 kill games like
Every game.
consistently. Yeah,
Yeah.
like he frags out constantly. It doesn't matter what kind of lobby it is. Like he's just one of the best players in the world. And like that's like I mean, my point is that like Raiden and Aiden and Evan were so close to beating them. Like if they
I
would have
mean,
just won, nobody would have even said anything like, "Oh, Swag and them were cheating." But just
yeah.
because they won, like everybody always wants to assume that whoever wins is doing something to doing something to
I
like
mean, even
help them win.
Tommy and them had a chance to come
Hmm.
back in that last game. I mean, all they needed was 7 more kills, and they
Yeah,
would have had first place.
yeah, it was so close. Like
Like, if
the
you
whole entire
saw
thing was close.
somebody cheating, they would have over 400 points if they were
Yeah,
doing the thing. People are just
those
gonna say
players.
they think the thing. Yeah. Oh, those
Yeah,
players easily.
yeah, like an average player, if you're cheating, can drop like 60, 70 kills. Like average players.
Yeah.
Like personally, that's what I believe. Like we're like average to maybe above average, and I guarantee you we can drop 70, 80
According
kills.
to like, if you're to trust like the COD tracker and stuff, we're above average.
Yeah. So like you take those guys, like those guys should be breaking world records every game if they're cheating.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's just luck of the draw.
keeping them, they got eighth, but they had a very good first 2 hours on day two. They
Yeah.
were fragging out. I think Teep was in the top five overall tournament KDs too, or top 10, something like that, right?
Yeah. TP, I'll pull that up right. I had it actually. I have all that up right now. Wanted to go over that. Like, there were some people who were so consistent over both days. Like TP was one of them. TP averaged a 10.1 KD over both days.
Insane.
200 and 200 and or 303 kills, 30 deaths. Average 17 kills a game with a 10 KD over two both days. Like that's really really good.
And people were like, just because, I mean, Teep doesn't play in that many tournaments unless it's one of
Hmm.
these bigger ones, He doesn't play in
Yeah,
the mainland gamings or anything like that. I
yeah,
mean, people just, I feel like the people who only play in those tournaments, like the Teep, the Huskers, well, not necessarily Huskers, because Huskers is a top earner, but like, I
yeah.
think people forget how good Merc can be too if he like was
Oh
playing in
yeah,
these. Like when Merc and Maven were playing the 2v2s and the Vicstar tourneys, like they were
dude, they're
performing.
scary.
Merc's
Like
nasty, bro.
yeah, like Maven, like I'm not sure if you ever heard like Maven explain it. They're like somebody was like asking him, why are you guys so good at 2v2s? Maven's like, well, I usually do a pretty good job at staying alive, and Merc usually just slays out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's the biggest thing in these 2v2 tournaments is if you don't die a lot, if you're constantly alive, like Raided's a perfect example of that. Raided is such a good player for like Aiden to play with because Raiden does explain this. Like he can just go. Aiden can just go out and just play like crazy. Like we all know how Aiden plays.
Yeah,
Very reckless, like high risk, high reward kind of player. But Rated is like very methodical and like still insanely, insanely good. But he's like hardly ever dead. And that's why his KD is like always so good in these 2v2 tournaments. That's why he's the best 2v2 player.
yeah,
Anybody I think that Rated plays with, they'll be a top team.
yeah. I mean, I was just looking at rated stats too. This dude, he had a 9.51 over 2 days, and he averaged 22 kills a game.
Dude, everybody who was in that top 8 in the second day, like probably one person on that team averaged over a 9 KD over both days.
Yeah,
Like the competition in that tournament was absolutely insane. And dude, like the fact that people complain about the kill races still like blows my mind because everybody knows that it's all like at the end of the day, it's all about who gets the better lobby.
mm-hmm.
That's literally all it is. Like these guys can be so good, but if you're getting all diamond lobbies, it's going to be a lot harder to slay out than if you get that one like gold lobby or a silver lobby or something, and you can drop 100 kill game. Like that's literally the only difference.
Yeah, bro. I haven't sniffed this fucking lobby below platform in like 2 months, or platinum
Yeah,
like 2 months.
yeah. But it's just crazy to me that like people were like throw out these accusations and all that, and when they all know every single player who was playing in that tournament all knows how kill race tournaments are.
Yeah,
Even if you're not cheating, like, and you're not doing the thing, everybody knows like it's all luck. Like at the end of the day, not all luck, but like the lobbies play a big factor. It's a lot of RNG.
yeah. I don't know if you saw the tweet earlier by Flanked. It was early in the morning. I think it was probably like 10 or 11 my time.
Mm-mm.
He figured out how to do the thing.
He figured out how to do it.
He tested it out. He posted about it. He's like, and he posted his SBM in Warzone thing. You know how it shows you your
Yeah,
lobby ratings. He
yeah,
said before, it was like before and then after. And it was like all diamonds to like gold, bronze, and silvers.
No way.
He's like it's so simple. Like there's no programs needed. It's just something you do in game.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He was just like, bro, it's so simple. You guys wouldn't believe it. I was just like, God damn, bro. It's just crazy to me. Like, didn't I think like Drifter or someone made a video on it and like
Yeah.
he sent it to Activision. So I mean, like, if that's not fixed, like, I don't know.
Fair.
Like bot races are entertaining to a certain point. I feel like 2v2s are still the best form of competition
They
for
are,
Warzone.
but the problem is like for me the problem with the 2v2s is that I think if they the best thing that they can do, I was just thinking about this today. Imagine if like Toronto instead of doing a kill race, they put on a 2v2 tournament and they had like 64 teams or 32 teams or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was a 32 team bracket over 2 days. And then like you stop playing in like quarterfinals or something, and then losers semis or whatever it is, and then day two, whoever is still in the tournament will play in day two, and you could still stretch like that tournament out,
Hmm.
but you're also like bringing in 64 of the best players or 128 of the best players in Warzone. Like the competition wouldn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
But the 2v2s that they put on, it's like 16 teams or like, so that's only 32
They
players. Like when
don't.
you think about how many big streamers there are, you're missing out on like so much good competition and like and all that. And think about like what kind of prize pool that could bring. Like,
Yeah, they don't
oh,
want. I think it is too, though, that there's a lot of time they have to allocate to that, and a lot of them just it's just team organizations that are hosting it. So if it was like actual tournament website that was like backed by Activision or
we're in
something,
the zone.
you can you have the potential to see that. But think since it's just CDL organizations hosting it, they're hosting it to get their name out there too
Yeah, no,
into
I
the
mean I
Warzone
understand.
community. So they don't want to allocate like 12 hours each day because who knows how long that's gonna take, you know?
Yeah, I mean I understand the business aspect of it, but dude, like think about how much eyes and like views were on that tournament the first day. Because like from us, like a standpoint, we understand like how many eyes and views were on that tournament from the first day. Like
I mean,
it's probably an insane number.
we just broke records last month for impressions and stuff, and we're gonna blow it out of the water probably this month just due to that
Yeah,
tournament alone.
those tournaments bring so much like it it's I don't know like what dude, I honestly feel like it can't be like I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm surprised that no tournament website has tried to do something like that. Get together like those guys would play a tournament like that for like 10K. Especially if it was like winner take all. Imagine if it was winner take all, bro.
I think you'd lose some people with a tournament that big of a size though too.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like even so what would a 64 people would be what 32 team bracket?
Hmm.
That's like over a 2-day period. I think that would be like an insane tournament to watch. Cuz everybody like you said everybody knows 2v2s are the best format.
Yeah.
They're the most fair like that what I think like predicts some of the best players in Warzone is the people who win the 2v2s or can compete in the 2v2s. But I would love to see something like that. I would love to see somebody like give it a try.
Yeah, it'd be insane. I mean, you never know. Like, well, I don't can't remember her name. It was like Johanna or Joanna. I shouldn't even say that. But the CDL commissioner. That's what I should have just said because I can't
Oh,
remember
I
her
don't
name.
even know who that is.
I can't remember how to pronounce her name. But I mean, in the article, she had an interview where she said CDL is thinking about incorporating more or creating like a Warzone type league. That's the way I read it. I mean, maybe they have something else planned, but they're looking
Yeah,
into it. So I mean, like if that comes around, I mean, I don't know how that's gonna work because obviously it's gonna. I mean, if you're gonna have a Warzone league, it's gonna end up being in customs. I would think. Right now,
you would think. Yeah,
customs are like need so much work. So it's
yeah,
like I feel like there's still a lot of work to be done if that was to happen on Activision and well, not Activision, but Raven Software's end, in order to be able to like do a lot more customization. Either that's faster circle closing, smaller circles, like the mini royale type circles, to where like half the map starts off filled with gas,
Yeah,
and then like your loadout drops faster and like stuff like that. I don't know. Like there's just so
yeah.
much that could be done regarding those.
I just feel like Warzone. I don't know if it's like the kind of. I don't know if it's the kind of pro game that like succeeds in a private match. I just feel like Call of Duty is so much different than. I don't know. I just feel like it's so much different. It's not as entertaining to watch Call of Duty like to just get a win, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
that's why I think
That's the
when it comes
problem.
to battle royale, if you were to do my opinion is if you're gonna do custom matches, kills have to be important. It
Yeah.
can't
Oh yeah,
just
for
be
sure.
placement. If it's just placement, it's gonna be the most slow, boring thing to watch. You have to have kills implemented somewhere, or even if that's like, hey, if we pick up a bounty and we kill the bounty, we get this many points for that. You get 5 points for killing your bounty, or
That would be a
something.
good. That would be a good
Like
idea.
you got to just implement like stuff like that to, because if it's just placement points for wins and stuff like that, it's gonna be boring. No one's gonna
Yeah,
want to
I
watch it.
know. I know. Like there was a few ideas floating around after the Twitch Rivals tournament, but I know Rated said that probably like the best thing that they could do is just make the placement points worth less, not necessarily like make kills worth. Because a lot of people were like, "Oh, make kills worth 2 points." Like, nah, you don't need to do that. Like that would just like I don't know,
Yeah.
it's more math that you have to
Do
do. But
you
if you just make like a victor royale or not victor royale, that's Fortnite. If you make like like just a first place finish, like maybe 15 points, and then
do you
second to fourth like 10, and
do
then
you
like
know what
maybe
the point system is for Fortnite? I don't know.
it's
So
it's 1 point per kill, and then I don't know what the point is for
placements.
placements,
Okay.
but like maybe if you did like 15 points for first, second to fourth is like 10, and then maybe fifth to 10th is
Yeah.
like 5, and then you're still rewarding those people who play like maybe a little bit slower, but like recons shouldn't be a thing. Like that's got to be taken out.
Yeah.
Like stopping power and dead silence got to be taken out. Like all the stuff that like really really
I
like
don't.
makes the game RNG,
I'm
I think
torn
it should
about
be taken
that.
out.
The stopping power and dead silence. Like I
Oh,
feel.
it's so nice to get it.
Well, what I'm saying is, I definitely think like right now in the game, the current game we're playing, the spawn rates of those need to drop tremendously. They
Yeah,
spawn way too often.
but then when you think about it, like how much more OP would they be if you got it and they reduced the spawn rate?
What do you mean?
Like like right now, maybe you can run into like with how it is, like maybe you can have stopping power,
Hmm.
and then maybe somebody you're gonna be fighting might have stopping power. But if they only put like I don't know, if they put like a 5% spawn rate on the map,
Okay,
like
maybe take
imagine how
out
much more
stopping
their
power,
OP
but
is gonna be.
I think Daddy should be in there because the plays you can make with Daddy could be some like crazy stuff. And
Yeah,
that doesn't necessarily give you. I mean, yes, you can't hear your footsteps,
yeah,
but it's not like stopping power to where, oh, I shoot you and you delete it. Like I
yeah.
still
That's a
have to
good
hit
point.
all my shots with just Daddy. Like I
Yeah,
can't miss a single bullet because if I miss a single bullet, there's a chance I get turned on.
yeah. Or maybe also like maybe having it not reset after you get a kill, get a full kill.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. No reset
That
after
makes
kills.
it. And then I know a lot of people have brought up like not being able to stack things.
Yeah, I think stacking. If we want, it should be like when with the ammo and armor box. Once you throw one, the
Yeah.
other one goes away.
Yeah, that'd be a good point.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's a the only other thing that what I wanted to bring up, which I thought was funny about the Ultra tournament, is that when they announced like all the teams, I was like, wait, didn't this guy admit to cheating?
Oh yeah, that I won't say his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I was
admitted he
like,
admitted to VPNing in the past, and then I think even I saw a clip somewhere. I saw Jake Lucky from Esports
yeah,
talk about it, but apparently he was even VPN. He may have done VPNing during that tournament. I don't know.
that's what the apparently the clip was like. Obviously, it was in a different language, but they were saying like, oh yeah, he's saying that like, yeah, we're changing our location. They're doing the thing.
They're doing the thing.
And they get invited to these tournaments, bro. Like, how do these people not do their research?
I have no idea, bro. It's
It blows
crazy.
my
I think
mind.
they do the research, but just the amount of viewership, I don't know.
Dude, get somebody
It's,
else.
yeah, I
There's a
guess.
lot of people who bring in viewership like that.
That's actual
He ain't nobody
facts.
special, bro. But anyway, I mean,
Guess, I mean, they announced today the next Jack Link's
oh yeah,
2v2, March 9th.
yeah,
I heard Eddie talk about it yesterday. He's like, oh yeah, I think there's supposed to be something March 9th, but I haven't heard anything. And then today they got announced. I was like, oh, nice.
that was so funny because we were saying yesterday, like, I was like, I think they announced the like ultra tournament like 6 days before or something like that, and
Yep.
here we are,
6 days
before
before.
the Empire tournament.
So
We're like mind readers, bro.
yeah, I mean, no teams have been announced yet. They're they're doing like who do you think should play in it or whatever.
Yeah, but that'll be our next big 2v2 since the Fuzzwos tournament, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, all that, and then I guess I mean, should we bring up? I don't know if anyone saw that, but we've been making top 5 plays from these tournaments, kind of like a Sports Center S type of deal. So if you
Yeah,
haven't watched it, I'm actually gonna play that on stream, not stream, but on the podcast right now. I'll bring that up.
yeah,
And we'll,
that's what. Yeah, we can. That's how we can close it out. We can close
yeah.
out top 5 plays from the Toronto Ultra tournament.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Hank too for the beat. Oh man. This one was nice. I like this is a good heli throw.
Oh yeah, this play was crazy, dude. Like Booyah is so clutch for this right here.
Yeah. This was when Biffo lagged out too, so that's why you guys are only seeing like 2 people.
Inside.
Huge play, huge play.
Tommy. A lot of finesse in these plays. That's what I like the most about it, is just being able to finesse and move around.
No. Never mind. Fucking best in the game, Tom. Come on.
Ben with the gas,
Sprinkle a little on top, you know?
with the diesel.
Trying to light a fire under him, bro.
Yeah. Crazy, dude. These plays, 100,000 on the line.
Yep. That was the game. If they would have ended up getting more kills and win that, they would have passed Biff on them. I love his shit talk in this video.
Yeah. I think EU people have the best shit talk.
Facts.
Fuck, asked you up, pussy. Who the fuck asked you up, pussy?
the move.
Oh,
Number 2.
the movement king.
Fuck. I thought he was going to you.
Oh my god, so one shot. Gets the full. I love this challenge right here. Like, shots are so nice from that distance.
Copy. Go.
Oh my god,
Yeah, we already know.
Yeah, I think the team at Bank is a different team.
I got 2. I got these 2.
Yeah, they're jumping at you, flying at you right now.
Yeah, hold on.
Getting shot in his back from another team. Fighting 2 teams right here. Some crazy good callouts from Evan
There's
now.
a roof.
Down one.
On your roof, come on.
Yeah, that last call out was huge for them.
Yeah, Evan was just coming in like right there.
Yep.
Some crazy callouts.
Insane call outs, bro. All right, well, I guess that will end it. I guess we'll see you guys back again March 10th. We'll be discussing that 2v2 Empire tournament. Hopefully we get some more big tournaments announced. I know there's probably some other stuff in the works.
From what we know.
So love to see some more, 100K or 50K tourneys from these big CDL teams or something like that, or maybe even I think eFuse may have some. I think they may be working on some more stuff, so that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm gonna say it. Me and Justin are working on a video for Mavix chairs. we're gonna enter a competition for them to be in their next commercial. So when we post that on, I think Sunday or Monday, need everybody to go retweet that, like
Yeah.
it, tag
Show
them,
it
do
some
everything.
love.
We're trying to win that thing. So see you guys again next Wednesday. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Peace.
Peace.